Hey guys, I'm back and this just caught up with me. It has taken a few days to get forwarded because they sent it out to Florida, but I got in touch with them and they ended up having to get a new one sent and the old one got returned and all this, but I have to say, unlike my last experience, their customer service was pretty good, so you have to give credit where credit is due. All right? I'm not going to make shout outs or anything today because I'm just not prepared to do it right now at this particular moment in time, but Reaper. This is potentially Alpha Outpost Strike 3, or they could survive this round to go on to one more month. We don't know. But I have heard good things about this box. I'm not sure. Let's not waste any time. It's interesting that it's the whole box now is Reaper. Like, it's a big flat box. Let's see what's in it. Well, we'll just fix that for them, shall we? All right. There are only 2 items in this box this month. Well, 3, but I'm not counting this. This is actually a kind of a cool one. This will be up for grabs at a later point. Not now. So let's see. To start off with, we've got our Reaper book. The Reaper Scenario. Let's see. Ugh, I hate the comic books. Hate them. So we've got a machete and we've got an axe. Okay, so building different kinds of shelters, that's cool to have. Leading to an A-frame, yep. Easy paracord knife grip. Alright. Oh good, I was afraid they weren't going to give instructions on how to do that. I've never used tape on a paracord grip in my life. There are other ways to do it, but that is one way to do it, I guess. So, there you go. Campfire benefits. Oh. Alright. Cool. So here's the Reaper challenge. Use the Reaper to build a shelter. Take a photo or video of your experience and tag. No. No, thank you, no. So once again, you know, they don't give a price list or anything anymore in the packing list. We can probably figure out what this costs, you know, and compare it to the actual cost of the box later on. Let's start with the machete, shall we? It's heavy. Stainless steel. The grip feels good. Normally, most machetes I've had, most of these types of knives, are carbon. Carbon for, you know, longer edge retention out in the brush, in the wilderness, stuff like that. Now I am overly critical and we know that, so I'm going to start with fit and finish wise. These rubber coated plastic scales, can you see? They're not even. I mean, they're not even with the knife, they're not even with each other. It's hard to get that angle so you can see. One is higher than the other. It leaves me wondering, why do they have that whole paracord wrapping tutorial if it's not used in this? I don't know, whatever. Yeah, but like fit and finish sucks. Look, on one side you've got all that knife sticking up, and on the other side, not so much. It's totally uneven. It feels okay. It feels good. Not so much on the bottom. On the bottom you can feel it over there, but on the top, you know, weight-wise, it's not bad. The rubbery coating on the handle feels good. Balance feels pretty good. I'm not a fan of the way they split that up. I don't like the way they put that in there. I'd like to be able to just lay my fingers the way they want. But definitely want to know what kind of steel it is. I want to know what I'm working with here. So I'm going to have to, you know, look this up. And as I'm editing the video, this time I'm actually going to look it up, and hopefully I'll have some text in there for you. So nitpicky again, but take a look at that. What the hell is that? Like, you can't even have even cuts across the metal there? Like, what's going on? So the quality of this thing, although it looks cool, the quality's not great. It's not, honestly. But that's pretty good machete-wise, because, you know, most machetes don't have nice razor-sharp blades to cut with, and it is hard to do this with a very large blade, so I will give them to their credit. They sent these things out pretty good. I mean, it's very hard to do this with a large blade machete anyway. I'm not going to go and shave, well, maybe I will. Let's see, what do we got? I have a job interview coming up at a large aerospace firm, and they're going to look at my arm and, I guess, long sleeves it is, right? Of course, long sleeves. That was a joke. Not too bad. I mean, it's not great. It's always a little hard to do the cord cutting test when it gets caught up on these serrations on the back, so I don't fault the blade for that. I'm going to try to do it again and keep it away from that. Yeah, and that's a nice even little cut there. It's not a bad edge. Just the quality could be a little bit better, but I mean, for what we're paying, you know, 40 bucks for the two of them, I don't know. I guess I can't bitch too much about this one. I don't know. I mean, I might put some text in if I find out this is like crappy steel. We'll see. But there's our knife. The sheath is just a plain, you know, kind of basic nylon sheath. It's got a hard plastic insert in there to keep you from cutting it up as you put the knife in. It's just got the one big opening for a belt or something, so I don't like that very much. But it's simple. Knife moves around a bit, but it holds it in. Let's take a look at the hatchet. Another stainless steel job, although I like the finish on this one a lot better. Take a look at that, like, blackened stonewash. That looks really nice. It's a great finish. Actually, the weight on this thing feels great. Hi Tato, why are you sniffing me like that? So you've got your cutting surface, you've got your axe head, but this can be a glass breaker if you wanted to use it as a less lethal option, although I'm pretty sure that would end up being lethal. You've got a multi-wrench in there to use. Same kind of rubberized coating. It feels good though. I mean, this feels more comfortable than the knife does. And the balance on this is really, really good. That finish is just, I wish this finish was on the blade. That looks awesome. I think I'm actually more of a fan of this little hatchet than I am the actual machete out there. This decent sheath, it's only got one carry option, but you know, we can modify that to be different, to be a little bit better if we want. Just the weight on this feels really good. I'm not sure, again, what kind of steel it's made of. I'm not sure what this thing would be actually worth if we were to buy it, you know, find it somewhere in the real world, but it feels good, it's light. I gotta find a piece of wood to put some cord up against and do some chopping. There we go. Now, I think that's more of a function of the cord getting into the grain of the wood there, but it chops pretty nice. And some of the more cheap steel that they've used on some things would already be dented, pitted, have a burr. At least this doesn't. I mean, it shouldn't, just from chopping wood, but really like that end too. Could do some major damage with that end. You know, I just don't have, being here, you know, temporary, haven't moved into the house yet, don't have all my stuff. I just don't have the ability to really test this thing out the way I normally would. I don't have a tree to abuse. I apologize that I can't go ham on something the way I normally would to really test this thing out. But overall, I like the axe, not so much the machete, but this feels like it might be worth it. At least it's not a one-trick pony. It's got some other uses to it too. Tell you what though, I won't be able to tell you my final kind of thoughts on it until I do a little research online and I figure out kind of what the price value on all this stuff is. All right, so guys, I have been searching, I have been looking around, I have been Googling. I cannot figure out exactly who makes these. or how much they actually cost, or what they're really made of, or anything like that. So I'm kind of up in the air about this. I really like the hatchet. I like the axe. On the fence, leaning towards not liking it on the machete. I guess Alpha Outpost has bought themselves one more month and live to fight another day. Because, you know, for the price that I pay for the box, for about $40, give or take, you know, this could be legit. I just still don't know how much it all adds up to or what it's really worth. So there's the Reaper box. 2 items, 2 decent items. One that I really like. One that I could be better. I'm not so sure. I just wish I could figure out what the steel actually is on this. That's, you know, that's all. And like what the actual product specs are. But I guess we're done with that. So your thoughts, guys. What do you think? Anyway, that's it. So Alpha Outpost has earned one more month to see what they come up with for next month, I guess. We'll reevaluate then. So, appreciate you guys. You're awesome guys, and I'll be back again soon.